even though the tall trees have been swapped out for tall buildings, Moreland's leadership still is the same. It's still a safe space where we can learn and grow together, as well as challenge ourselves without being nervous to fail.
One more thing that my kids have learned and they're using it on daily basis is communication. That has been a lifesaver for all of us because instead of having a loud conversation, we're having a calm, understanding conversation, and that's all the thanks goes to you guys.
We're taking kids who want to be there, who are getting an experience that they may not otherwise be able to get. Certainly, they're getting a setting that they're not going to get in the GTA. And not only are we bringing them there for that experience, but we're trying to impart those character values on them. And we're trying to do more than just let them have fun. We're trying to also let them grow.
For me, what makes Moreland so special is the connections that you get to make with the kids and the experiences that you can create for them.
The stuff I like the most is the staff's enthusiasm and having the opportunity to grow by doing the habits and qualities. Also getting the chance to show my leadership. Everybody is respectful and I always get the chance to make a new friend.
I feel that Morelands has helped me grow as a leader. So that instead of just coming off as someone who feels too highly of himself, I could help others that know less than what I do, and I can also effectively learn from people who know more than I do.
Especially knowing that some of these kids don't have the best life away from Morelands as well, knowing that they come up to Morelands and you just get a week with them, and knowing that you get to create special bonds and memories that these kids hold forever. That's really special.
Well, I'm a single mom, so it's such a blessing to be able to get that support in the holiday times. And it really adds some joy on this morning to receive the support that we get. Again, it makes you feel like part of the family, so it's really a blessing.
Morelands is a wonderful place. Coagama's where we live. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Morelands is a wonderful place. Coagama's where we love and love. So sing, all you people. Life is here to live. So sing, all you people. Life is here to love.
Thank you for another incredible year. Thank you for being part of our community. Together, let's make 2025 even more impactful. Thank you.
just like to welcome everybody to the 2025 annual impact meeting for Moorlands. And my name is Scott Crowley. I've been on the board for 3 years, and I used to be the vice chair here at Moorlands. And I just want to say, first of all, that I'm truly grateful that everyone's here today, because it gave me a chance to, and the other board members, to thank you all for your support. We'll be saying thank you throughout this, but we truly mean it. I know that 5 hours ago I was in Mexico, and I wanted to make sure I was here. I landed at 2, and because this was so important to be here today. So on behalf of the board, we're thrilled to see the broader Moorlands community. You are all key players in helping us grow and thrive. And as you know, we have a strong foundation of positive youth development that does a number of things, including informs our experiential learning curriculum, and it provides quality leadership and programming for the kids facing challenges and social economic barriers. So it's great. The families, and especially the kids living in poverty, need to feel valued with dignity, respect, as well as given the opportunities to succeed. I know for myself, if I hadn't been given those opportunities, and if I hadn't, the first time I went to camp was when I was 10, and had that mentorship and leadership, I don't think I would have been successful. So here at Moorlands, we try to create that even playing field where disadvantaged kids can feel validated and valued. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on the board. It allows kids to have access to unique opportunities and allows them to tap into their success, which is fantastic. So thank you for believing in Moorlands kids, and thank you for investing in our work and our mission. I'd like to now reflect on 2024, because there's so much to consider and give thanks for. In 2024, we welcomed more kids to Moorlands Camp than the previous year. Many their first experience with the great outdoors. Our outreach efforts have been positive, helping to advance access for, like I said before, marginalized children and youth from both urban and rural areas, which is a focus for us. And as we strive within the communities where families are struggling due to the challenges they have, we kind of been forming new partnerships and new relationships and pathways to elevate our leadership program and serve more kids. And that's been pretty exciting. Moorlands Youth Council has also been active this year in supporting programs and communications through their brainstorming collaborations as well. We found that it's vitally important to us that our youth have a voice, because we learn from the youth, and they need to have a voice in telling their stories and sharing their ideas. And in order for us to continuously improve in our program content, we need that voice in order to help us elevate our visibility in the wider community, as well as across all platforms. So it's really exciting. For this to happen, we need to grow more partnerships and of course build new funding pipelines to ensure that we're sustainable. So we're looking at all different mechanisms and levers to try to do that. So part of our strategic plan is modernizing our approach to communications and stewardship. A lot of things worked in the past, but as there's new ways and new portals to communicate with, we're taking advantage of those. So that we can ensure we utilize the best data to create impactful messaging and meaningful engagement. Again, thanking everyone here today for their support. We do have some very special milestones, which is probably one of the most exciting part of today. I'd like to start with Linda Tilley, who, as you know, is our executive director. She celebrated her 25th year at Moorlands Camp last summer, and Linda's passion for the camping kids, of course, is evident. Anyone that does something for 25 years, you know they're passionate about it, but her contribution has been utterly amazing, and it's demonstrated by her leadership, and not only that, by passing on that leadership to others. And Linda, we salute you, and on behalf of the board, we'd like to present you with a token of appreciation. So give it up for Linda. Woo!
It's well deserved. Ask Eve to come up and say a few words and provide a financial overview of 2024.
It's Eve. I'm here on the board. I want to thank you all again for coming today. We're giving her a lot of thanks today, but obviously it's work that we're so proud of and that you're really helping us do. I'm just going to read off a couple of financial achievements this year. In 2024, we raised, thank you in part to you, an excess of $2 million toward our operating revenues, with a deficit of approximately $235,000, which is a lot more than $2,000. With these funds, Moorlands Kids was able to impact the lives of hundreds of children in our communities. I personally had the privilege of attending Visitors Day at camp last year. I was able to get a small glimpse of how powerful Moorlands Camp really is. I'm proud to say that for the 5th year in a row, Moorlands Kids was designated a top 100 charity in Canada with a 5-star A rating by Charity Intelligence, which is a really, really big deal. I think we should get claps for that, actually. It's a really big deal. Fiscal responsibility and transparency, we are able to accomplish great things with lasting impact for hundreds of vulnerable children and at-risk youth year over year. So thank you, Min, for your hard work. As we all know, there is a lot going on in the world today. A lot of it is not fun, and it's never been more important to develop leadership skills for our underserved youth and children. To meet our commitments and continue to grow in 2025, we need to raise over $2.3 million this year. With support from our friends and supporters, we can realize this growth and establish even more opportunities for children and youth to feel empowered through our experiential leadership learning curriculum. We are also undertaking some new initiatives to expand opportunities at Moorlands Camp in order to generate more revenues to support our work and mission. Together, we are investing in the future of a healthy and vibrant community where every child has access to quality programs without financial barriers. And just like Scott, I was once upon a time one of those kids, and it was life-changing, truly, to experience myself and my character in another context, and to have the opportunity to believe in myself and to do something that I don't think anyone really expected someone like me to be able to do. So, and again, thank you so very much.
Thank you, and that was really kind with the flowers. I want to go back to the video. You know, at the beginning, the young person, she had been to the camp for several years and worked herself up to being a staff person. And she said, well, it's just that we've changed the tall trees to the tall buildings. And in this, she's referring to her experiences being at the camp and having learning and opportunities, and then being at Moorlands programs in the city. And I really liked the way she put that, swapping out the trees for the buildings. What she was really saying is the learning is the same. And our surroundings may change, but principles can be applied anywhere. And that's really what we're trying to give kids, is leadership principles that apply to any situations. Then there was Jerry, the young guy, who acknowledged that he can lead others. And I really liked what he said. It's not about feeling that you're higher than others. That's so true. But that you can actually help others and help them to grow. And then he said, and you can learn from others who know more than you do. And if you've ever had the experience of being a leader, you know that yes, you have to lead, and you have to know when and how to follow as well. You know who knows that lesson already? Well, Jerry does. It's exciting that he chose that to share when we asked him to talk with us. I thought that was great. Now, the video ended with kind of a goofy song, and there's a story there too. Karen and Yvonne were sisters, both Moorlands alumni, and I think if you saw it, I think it was 1974, and one of them was celebrating a significant birthday, her 60th, and what did she want to do? She wanted to go to Moorlands and walk around and be at that place again that had so much, that developed her in such a way that she was there. So her sister arranged this trip, and last summer they made their way to the camp, came across on the boat for a tour and to reminisce. And she did that, complete with laughter and tears. And they were just overwhelmed. And then they mentioned, oh, we used to sing this song. So we're like, oh, you need to do that. So that's how we captured that. And it's 50 years later for them. And yet the significance of their experience at Moorlands, the learning and the growth, is so prevalent in their memory. Sneak preview. We intend to bring that song back this year, maybe with a few updates. I would have to say, as the executive director at Moorlands Kids, I'm just so proud of our staff who choose to live a real commitment to the values that we have as a charity. And I'm really deeply grateful for the guidance and support of our board of directors who are so invested in the success, as you've heard, of the children and youth we serve. In 2024, we had a staff retreat at the camp where we spent 2 days together for the purpose of strengthening our team. We really went back to basics there, starting with revisiting our mission and our strategic plan and our culture and our program foundations. And I really wanted to ensure that our team, those who work with the kids, frontline, and those who don't, know exactly what we're teaching and what our intention is and what we hope kids take home. And we know that's done on all different levels, but we want it to be significant. And joining us at that retreat was Logan. And she came to Moorlands in September, and she brings a really strong camp programming background, even though she looks very young. And here's the thing. She survived the first summer with us. And talk about leadership. I interviewed her, and she said, yeah, I'll come this summer, which I thought would be I said, you'll know what you're getting into, and we'll know what we're getting into. But she said a really significant statement to me. She said, I will do whatever is needed to be done this summer. Because there was a couple of roles. One she would have been way more comfortable in. Guess what? She took the other one. And that was stretched her, and she grew, and it better prepared her for now the role that she's taken on. So welcome, Logan. And we're looking forward to this summer with you. Last summer, we were able to use our newly built pavilion, and we call it the Lookout, or apparently I called it the Lookout. So now it's named the Lookout, but it's a 20-minute walk from the main part of camp. And honestly, post-pandemic kids think it is so far. So it's like, seriously, we have to walk there. And so you go all through the forest and, up and down hills, and it does feel like a little bit further, but then you get there and there's this amazing pavilion. So if you have inclement weather, you can still do programming there. And it's also right on the waterfront. So it's a lovely space. And our friends at Gilbert and Burke, who've contracted and done many buildings for us, helped build that the year before. And it's just a great space that we hope to use more of as we go forward. And as we look forward to 2025, Moorlands Kids will continue to build on the number of kids that we're serving, both in the city programs and at the camp. And as part of that growth, we're looking to undertake a major capital project at Moorlands with generous funds from a legacy gift we received last year. Bob was a very unique gentleman that we met, and he came to know us through his friend Jerry, who is here today. And he tasked Jerry with finding a reputable charity that helped kids who otherwise couldn't afford it get to camp. And it's quite a story how that all came around. And Bob had grown up in poverty in Scotland, and as he aged, he wanted to leave a legacy that would help other children, again, who might not be able to get there, to go to camp. That's quite a gift from someone who never had that experience themselves. So this capital build will create space to house some more staff, because as we grow the kids, we have to put those staff somewhere. They appreciate that. So we can welcome more kids as we get that built and house those more staff. So we're looking forward to that. Also in 2025, we're investing in an expansion in our city clubs for kids. This growth is possible to a significant gift we received last year from the Blidner Family Foundation. With the investments of funds, we will be able to cultivate new partnerships in more neighborhoods where families are marginalized and often isolated. Our goal is to expand to 4 more schools this year which would increase the number of kids we will serve through our middle school program. And often that's 6, 7, and 8s. They're just that in-between group. Some of them are kids, some of them think they're teens, and there's a lot of programs out there for younger children and teens. So we're targeting that group as well. And we want to add to the schools that we're already in. And for this gift, we are just truly grateful for the vision and the investment of Meredith and her family. And they've really put that on the map for us this year. So we are just in the process of approaching those schools and finding out which ones would be open to do that. And that'll be ready to go in September. So that's exciting as we move forward. It is my pleasure now to introduce what I will say will be the highlight of today's gathering, and that is our youth speaker, Joel.
Good afternoon. My name is Joel Johans, and I've been coming to Moorlands Camp since I was 8, and I've attended as a camper, shadowed cabin leaders in the Camp High School program STEP, and most recently as a cabin leader. I've also been a part of Moorlands City Youth Program and the Youth Council throughout my school years. As a member of City Youth, I learned about practical leadership and earned my standard first aid certification. Apart from learning about serving others, we also had the opportunity to participate in various workshops, such as resume writing and interview practice. As a member of the Moorlands Youth Council, I had the opportunity to share my ideas on various Moorlands initiatives, such as a messaging chain to keep Moorlands alumni connected. I have too many memorable moments to fit into my time today, but I will share a few of my favorites from each chapter of my time at Moorlands. As a camper, my favorite experience was the 2019 Project Dive Week. Dive is an extra week of camp at the end of the summer for campers recommended by their cabin leaders for their demonstration of leadership potential. This is where all the activities and leadership opportunities that I would normally experience at camp were taken to another level. We got to participate in activities such as singing or a kayaking trip on the lake, as well as visit new campsites for cookouts and take turns for leading the cabin. As a step camper, I loved the canoe trip across Quagma Lake and my time shadowing my assigned cabin leader and seeing their leadership style as well as working on my own. This special high school program for grade 10s helped me to develop some specific leadership skills and allowed me to attend various workshops to help me prepare for getting a job after high school. Outside of camp, I enjoyed many wonderful moments during the City Youth Zoom calls and the in-person socials. But my favorite moment from City Youth comes from our mini golf social at Pudding Edge. When we were being split into groups, I was asked to lead our team through the course. Knowing that I was trusted as well as being given the opportunity to lead was something that really stood with me outside and today. Although every year I create lifelong memories at camp, the reason I keep returning has little to do with the activities themselves. It's the campers and my desire to lead them and ensure they have a great experience that brings me back. When I first arrived at Moorlands, I was stagnant in my growth as a leader. I believed leadership was simply leading others to a shared goal. However, Moorlands showed me that leadership can also be serving others. Enabling people to do their best was Moorlands' unique take on traditional leadership that I quickly adopted to do my best at camp during cabin cleanup, as well as at MAPS and in the boys' end. With these experiences under my belt, I took a deeper dive into service leadership at City Youth and was given opportunities to apply what I learned with the Moorlands City Youth Council. Through my various experiences at Moorlands, I've grown tremendously as a leader, and that has motivated me to confidently pursue leadership opportunities outside of Moorlands. After finishing STEP, I ran and was elected as a grade 11 prefect and then re-elected this year as the grade 12 prefect at my high school, where I am a leader within my school, planning and implementing school-wide activities. I also became a math tutor where I was able to help students with math and help them develop confidence in the material to participate in class and make significant improvements in their grades. This year, after my experience as a cabin leader, I founded the Brave Love Coding Club at my school. As president, I am teaching coding lessons, giving members the opportunity to teach, as well as preparing and running competitions that test coding proficiencies throughout the school year. Each year, when reflecting on my time at Moorlands, I'm reminded of every positive experience I've had and every person I've met. Most of all, I'm reminded of how much I have grown and how much I will grow in the year to come. As with every year, I'm looking forward to my campers, my team, the island, and the growth I will experience when I return as a cabin leader this summer. Thank you for your time.
we truly cherish the relationship with you, with our kids, with the staff, and we look forward to getting to know you better. So on behalf of the board, Moorlands, thanks again, and let's continue talking. Thank you.